Well, I carved this key years ago out of bark from a cottonwood tree, and at a personal level, it's a reminder of Christ's love that Juanita and I share in our marriage, but it's also a reminder to me that one of the keys of the Christian life that opens the door to Christ's presence and the coming of His kingdom in our lives and in His church is servanthood. In his gospel, John recorded that after Jesus had washed the disciples' feet and returned to the table, he said to them, "Do you know what I have done to you? Do you know what I have done to you?" Jesus then answered his own question. "I've set an example that you should do as I have done. If you do these things, you are blessed if you do them." There's a blessing to servanthood. Jesus had a way of keeping things simple and practical, didn't he? Like the disciples, we tend to forget, but Jesus' question and response still presses us today as His church gathered at Still Heights. Do you know what I've done for you or to you? And if you know these things, you are blessed if you do them. So I ask you today, how is the Spirit of Jesus cultivating a servant character in our lives and our church? Answering that question is one of the keys to seeing the kingdom of God opened up to others as you serve as a doorkeeper for the Lord. As the psalmist said in Psalm 84, "I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the house of the Lord than dwell in the tents of the wicked." Now, obviously, we serve God in our homes, our jobs, our local community, but we also need to be serving in our local church. As Paul said, the church grows and builds itself up in love as each part does its work. Well, what's your part at Still Heights? What's your part at Still Heights? You don't have to do it all, nor should you. But what is the key area where you serve based off your gifts, the season of life that you're in, your calling? What is that key area that God's called you to serve in at Still Heights? Well, here's a few areas of service where we need to keep building at Still Heights. Life groups. Now is a great time to join a life group or to start a new one. If you are interested in either, talk to David Drager, our life group coordinator. You can find his contact info in the directory or just call the church office. Power Up teachers, youth leaders, the Early Learning Center. We need volunteers. These are other areas where we're looking for servant-hearted people to come and serve as teachers and workers on Sundays and during the week in the Early Learning Center, in children's ministry, in nursery, or on Wednesdays as a youth teacher or sponsor. And of course, you can contact Antoinette for children's ministry, and you can get a hold of her at antoinette@shbc.ca. And if you're interested in serving in our out-of-school care or early learning center, please contact Pastor Bonnie at shbc.ca. And of course, Pastor Ben is always looking for new youth workers to help out on Wednesday nights, and you can contact him at ben@shbc.ca, or you can always just call the office. Well, we're also looking for musicians for the worship team. If you're interested in joining the worship team, contact Pastor Gord at shbc.ca. Or if you'd like to serve as a greeter or an usher on Sunday mornings and welcome people into church and help them find their way if they're new at Still Heights, you can contact Kim at the church office at reception@shbc.ca. And if you like working with sound and tech, contact Ryan Heisman for his contact info. Just look in the church directory or call the church office. And administrative support. If you love filing and working on administrative tasks, contact Ryan at our church office at office@shbc.ca. And if you want to help out with yard and building maintenance, then contact Rick by calling our church office. Well, the list goes on, and it's not limited to what I just shared with you today, but Jesus models for us what the way of the kingdom looks like. And folks, it looks like servanthood, and it is one of the keys that opens the doors to Christ's presence and His power in our lives and in the church and in this world. So I encourage you, pray about what is the key area of service that Christ is calling you to serve at Still Heights, and feel free to talk to me or any one of the other pastors or ministry leaders. I realize, a lot of things have changed in our ministry context right now due to COVID. But we all need to keep following Jesus' servant-hearted example for us and to keep those doors open of God's kingdom at Still Heights. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or worn down right now, I encourage you, by all means, get the rest that you need so that you can keep your service to Christ a sustainable and joyful stewardship experience. Well, in closing, I want to invite you, as always, to join us for worship this Sunday at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. And if you're showing any symptoms of COVID-19, I just kindly ask you to stay at home this week and participate in our worship online by going to our website and finding the link to our YouTube live stream channel at 9 and 11 on Sundays. So Still Heights, be blessed. Be blessed in your service to Christ and for your ongoing prayers and generous financial support and faithful service to Christ and His church. Bye for now.